Hi everyone. I was looking through some videos and I found a couple of albums that I really liked, and I decided to try and put them all together, using all the different techniques into one album. The first thing that I saw was using manila folders, and taking the manila folders and making cards and pockets and whatnot out of the pages. And then the second technique that I saw was on Prima's page of making an album from scraps and whatnots. And then doing a sewn binding and everything else. Unfortunately, my sewing machine, I think I did the pages first, and the sewing machine, the pages were just too thick to put them an eighth of an inch to a quarter of an inch apart. So the next time I do this, I'll do it differently, and I'll try and video as I go on that one. But anyhow, the pages that I used for this one were the Walmart color book line. Everything in here is just from this set. I'm not sure what this set is called. It's called Pastel Breeze. There it is right there. The Pastel Breeze. Okay. But anyways, it's got some really cute pages and some really cool embellishments and things in it. So I thought I would go ahead and try and do an album. It's not completely finished yet. I'll post pictures up when it's completely done. But right now, all I have is pretty much just the basics, and then I'm going to embellish it up from here. Okay, so bear with me a little bit with my camera moving. Okay, so all I did was, this is my binding. I went ahead and did chipboard, and then chipboard on the back binding and as well, so it's just a regular cardboard binding. I'm going to go back probably and cover this up with either a velvet, a canvas, or something else on the spine, because this area right here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but when you open it up you can really see there's a chipboard gap here, and it's just one sheet of paper that's holding that, and I don't really like it, so I want to go back in and fix that. Also, because of the binding and because of some of the issues with the sewing, I had some really bad gaps in here, but I went ahead and found some really cool fluffy strings and stuff, and I filled in those gaps, and you'll see that throughout the album that it's in kind of the edges, to hide some stuff. It actually worked out kind of cute, and I really like how fuzzy it is. I wrapped it all the way around, and the back part of this was really cool too. It was really fuzzy. So I think the next time that I do this, I do like this technique, but I'm going to go ahead and bind it first and then wrap it, because the fuzziness that it got on the outside was really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that the next time. This album took me about, I think I worked on it 2 hours last night, and then I've been working on it about 2.5 hours this morning. This is about 4.5 hours, so it's not too bad. But anyways, like I said, it's just simple pages. I did pockets on the manila folder parts. This, if I don't know if you can see it too well, but this piece, this pocket, the back piece, and this pocket on this side was all from one manila folder. Okay, all I did on the manila folder was I took wherever the tab was and I went 6 inches and I cut that way. Most of the albums that I saw online did not use the middle one, but I did. I thought it was cute. I have a centering ruler, so it made, getting that in the middle really easy, and then I just cut on both sides of it. Okay. So yeah, I tried to stay kind of themed, keeping things together, but it just went along how it went along. I was really rolling with it last night. I did distress all of my edges using Tim Holtz, of course, just a habit of mine. Again, there you can see the stuff in the middle, and if I move this, you can kind of see how I've sewn that. And I may go back in a little bit, and fabric tack this down just so that I know. Like I said, this wasn't moving very well through my sewing machine because it was so thick. I even had to take my foot off and just completely do it by hand. Kind of like hand quilting almost. Anyways, because it was so bad, some of these sewing needle, when the needle hit, got so close together that it's almost like a perforation. And I'm just afraid that, too much of movement this way is just eventually going to tear it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick some fabric tack in there and stick this down just to give it that extra hold. But this album really does, with this kind of binding, it folds out really nicely. And what's nice is that you can use this all the way edge to edge. So you get almost a full 6x6 that you can actually work with the whole page, which I really, really liked, rather than losing it with rings and then having problems turning it and whatnot. So again, I mean, you can tell where the middle of the album is because it does lay almost precisely flat. But like I said, this is really bare right now. I haven't embellished it up, and when I do, I will go ahead and take pictures and stuff when I'm done. Just a bare bones album right now as I have it. And then there we have again. I may also go in here, the next time I do this, I will probably go in and do some spray on the inside and just kind of either glimmer mist it or hit it with my air gun with my Copic. Because it's just, right now you can see that pink lining that I did on the inside, and I'm not really thrilled with that. So next time I'll probably do that better, or I'll use a darker color so it's not as obvious. I probably should have done a blue or a purple. Alrighty, so here we go, and then that's the end of it. And again, this is the back binding of it, and again you see I have that paper right there. That's all that's kind of holding that binding together, so I'm going to fix that later. I think I'll just go ahead and cover it on the edge here, either with like a really nice thick fat ribbon or maybe some canvas. I'll probably go over to Joann's today and see what they have for canvas, just because I'm that way. But like I said, it's bare bones. It's kind of cool. The paper was really neat. I've got a whole bunch left to do, with just little embellishments and letters and things like that. So I'm going to be working a lot more on this today just to kind of pretty it up and get it all detailed out. I will be putting a bunch of tags and a bunch of other things in here. And then, adding things like, brackets and charms and all that good stuff. And, of course, more fluffies! I love this fluffy. It worked out really good, and it actually came in really nicely with the color tones that I was using. So, anyways, I hope you like it. And, again, I'll expand on this later. And if you want instructions on how to do it, I can type up some tonight and send them out. Alrighty, thanks a lot for looking. Have a good day.